without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to have company in the AM 1230 at WWJOB studios. That bon vivant, that man about town, those soldiers of fortune, Mr. Tim Selden and Pat Pohrte. Okay, take it easy. I know they're popular. My goodness, see, the audience goes wild. Morning, guys. How you doing?
What's going on?
How much so?
All right, Tim Selden, let's get you right up in it, Mike or Pat Pohrte.
Alrighty.
All right, my friend, how you been?
Not too bad. How about so?
Good to see you. A long time no see you, man. All right, give me a fist bump there,
You
T.
got it.
All right. Here we go. And we are here to have some fun. Take your phone calls, 845-1100. Two big items of note, huge items of note. T-Rex Live, back on the air Saturdays at 4 p.m., ladies and gentlemen.
know it.
He's live. He's back. By popular request, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I heard a lot of the hosts stormed into Jed's office and said, we won't go on unless T-Rex comes back.
By popular demand.
The Rudy
By
moment
popular
there.
demand. And Pat, the last time we had you here, you guys were talking about, let's see, I believe you had a performance coming up as well, as you do right now,
Yes, sir.
with the Abbott and Costello Who's On First bit, and that's always a lot of fun.
Yes, sir.
But I want to find out a little bit more about you guys now to the folks in the 1230 JOB listening audience that don't know too much about you guys. You met a pretty long time ago, but where did you first meet at?
We originally met at Purdue Cal in one of the acting classes, and just kind of struck up a friendship since then.
Okay. And how did you guys discover your mutual love of the Three Stooges, Abbott and Costello, and like this? How'd that come about?
Well, we just we hung out a few times and we joked and we noticed some of the joking around. It's very similar to Stooge and, like Abbott Costello kind of thing. And one thing led to another, and, we started joking around. And next thing you know, we've realized that we got a lot of common comedic interests.
That's excellent. Did you guys ever see, of course, when you do this Who's On First bit, and before I forget, we'll have you guys on your next Friday.
Next Friday, same
okay,
time.
next Friday. And maybe you can work up the Who's On First bit for next Friday and give the audience a bit of a taste of that
Sure.
Of
as
course.
well. And that'd be a gas, too. Did you guys ever see the old Abbott and Costello TV series, the half-hour TV series?
I've seen bits and clips of it on YouTube. Somebody's been putting it up there. So,
Okay.
yeah, I've seen some of it.
Okay, so you're familiar with
I'm very familiar.
their half-hour TV series as well, and much of which, geez, that was, of course, during the mid-1950s.
Yep.
Right.
And that is timeless comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You guys
exactly.
Forget about it.
Still enjoying this, and it's nice to see young guys like yourself enjoying the vintage comedy, such as Abbott and Costello, the Marx Brothers, the Three Stooges. My wife and I were laughing our butts off at the TV last week, and we said, look at this. This is 50 years old, and we're still laughing. Why? Because it's funny.
There you go.
We're
Exactly.
watching episodes of I Love Lucy, guys. How about that?
You can't reinvent the wheel there, Geno.
And Me TV is bringing these series back for the younger folks like you to enjoy now as well.
Right.
You ever watched the I Love Lucy series
Oh, yeah.
at all?
Yes.
Once in a while, yeah.
Funny
absolutely.
stuff,
Oh,
funny
it's
stuff.
Classic stuff.
Well, yeah, Lucy, one funny lady.
Oh,
Exactly.
forget about it.
And she didn't even have to open up her mouth. Just those great expressions she'd get in her face sometime. Her eyes would bug wide open. That's funny stuff right there. That is funny stuff. Where did you guys first perform the Who's On First comedy bit of Abbott Costello?
Well, I guess we kind of have to rewind just a little bit before that. We had originally gone to Buckley Homestead for a class project for the acting class that Pat mentioned. It was part of the class requirement that we go and perform, and we choose characters from the World War II time to reenact as we're there. And we're supposed to, even if people come up and talk to us, we're supposed to be in those mindsets and introduce ourselves as the person we're portraying. At the time, Pat was pretending to be Dean Martin, right? Or
Yeah.
no, was it Sinatra? It was Sinatra.
It was Sinatra and
A
Martin.
younger Sinatra version.
Okay.
And then I was impersonating Bob Hope. And so we didn't really do a direct skit with each other. Me and another guy, Kyle, he was Bing Crosby. And he and I were kind of joking around with each other. And Pat and a few of the other classmates were actually impersonating other characters. And me and Kyle, as Bing, we're trying to come up with a whole new skit, a whole new routine. We're auditioning for other actors who want to join our thing. And, Pat did a version of, what was the song you first did?
Chicago.
Yeah, he did an early version of Chicago. He performed it for us, and we were like, yeah, we could probably use this guy in the coming show that we're supposedly working on. And then after that performance, me and Pat talked, and we were like, we like coming out here. You can do a lot of things, especially for the vets, and as you know, I'm a huge vet supporter. I believe not just the World War II, but anyone who's stepped up and served the country, there's only a handful of opportunities you're able to get to give something back to them, to acknowledge them, to honor them.
Right.
And Pat and I talked, and I said, you know what, Pat, I really want to go back and do this again next year. I said, I just really feel that, this is something that I want to do. And he said, oh, hey, man, he goes, I'm down for it, absolutely. He goes, you and I can come up with our own new thing, and we'll go back, and we'll go on and on and on. And so he and I sat one night at, I think it was at a restaurant, and he and I brainstormed and said, you know what? Since we're out of this acting class, we're free to do what we want. So let's go ahead and come up with a new act. And he goes, okay. So we came up with the idea of portraying Abbott and Costello.
Fun stuff right there. Fun stuff right there, yeah.
And then the following year, we performed, what was that, 2000?
I think that was 2008, maybe?
Something like that. And we've been going back ever since, and they've demanded that we come back.
About 4 years. Good stuff there. Good stuff indeed. Pat, where'd you go to school at, man?
Originally, for high school, I went to Munster High, and now I'm currently at Purdue Cal. So and continuing with the majors of elementary education, special education, and theater. So I want to combine them all together and do something.
All connected there?
Yeah.
That's a good deal. T-Rex, I just noticed something. You just changed the camera angle.
Yeah.
And now the folks have a nice view of the back of my head. How nice of you. Okay.
At least you got a hat on.
Yeah, I don't want to put folks off with the solar panel. Line number one,
so
you're live on the radio. Say good morning to T-Rex and Pat Pohrte, please.
Good morning, gentlemen. I've always been a fan of Abbott Costello. The Stooges were a little bit, how many pokes in the eyes, how many pulls on the nose, how many hair pulls can you enjoy? But Abbott Costello, Lou Costello was actually a genius. Do you guys ever do the 7 routine?
I don't think we have come across that one. We do the math routine, the dice routine, who's on first.
Oh, you do the math routine. That's the 7 routine.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's the one we do then.
Yeah, you do the math routine. I'll tell you right now, their comedy, to me, has been kind of bookshelved. I think that they were not given the full credit or the accolades that they deserved, as, they were in a period. But don't forget, they were also bucking other great comics at the time, Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Sure.
But I really enjoy some of their movies. Their movies, especially when the Frankenstein movie is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Earl, keep up the good work. I'll enjoy listening to
Earl, don't hang up. Earl, have you ever heard Tim and Pat do the Who's on First bit?
No, I have not. Will you do that?
We're going to try and prevail upon them maybe next week to do that. And next Friday will be at between 10:30 and 11 as well. And I got to tell you, Pat Pohrte not only has the dialogue down, but he affects the rather guttural tones of Bud Abbott in that voice affectation that he had, and really does an excellent job at it. So please tune in next Friday as well. We'll prevail
I just
upon
want to make one quick mention of something.
Yeah.
T-Rex has got a program that is the potpourri of the region. He tries to stay away from political issues, which sometimes can be a bed of coals. I think that's very smart on his part, but I'm really enjoying the fact that he's back on the air, and I think he does a great job. So,
thank you, Earl.
guys, I'm going to hang up.
Thanks, Earl. Bye now. How about that? You got a fan base.
Potpourri.
Boy, I'm telling you, they're going with the $9 college words again. You lost me already. And Pat Renwick's with this cornucopia of music. You know what? I hate to say it. Preach. They're stealing my stuff.
There you go.
That's the voice of Mr. Tim Sheldana, T-Rex. You know him, and Mr. Pat Pohrte, his comedic buddy. And these guys do a great job bringing smiles to people's faces with these bits.